Hi. I'm Annette,
And
and
I'm Joseph.
together we are.
We are the Pablo Oshers. When people hear Germany and Ghana, they don't think love. They think distance. They think paperwork. Some even think one word, scam. But what they don't see is us praying together every night. What they don't see is us falling asleep on FaceTime. 5,000 kilometers apart, but connected every single day. We are judged by many, but we keep choosing us. This is more than a visa.
Wenn die Leute Deutschland und Ghana hören, sie denken nicht an Liebe. Sie denken an Distanz. Sie denken an Papierkram. Manche denken sogar ein bestimmtes Wort. Scam. Aber was sie nicht sehen, wir beten jede Nacht zusammen. Was sie nicht sehen, wenn wir bei FaceTime einschlafen, 5000 Kilometer voneinander entfernt und dennoch jeden Tag verbunden. Wir werden von so vielen beurteilt. Und wir wählen uns jeden Tag aufs Neue. Das ist more than a visa.
Okay, in the last episode, we talked about how everything started, a song promotion, a dance challenge, and a message on Instagram that changed our lives. But texting and FaceTime are one thing. Meeting in real life is the real deal. Because, yes, I know texting is a way of connection to FaceTime, you see each other, but it's a different thing when you meet and you are in front of the person and you are seeing the way the person behaves in real. At this moment, everything becomes much more real. Everything becomes much more real and tangible. What I didn't know at that time was whilst we were talking on FaceTime every day, whilst we were on our call on FaceTime talking, going about our daily talk, our daily life, she was already planning something big, something I didn't know about. I guess something she wanted to surprise me with. One day, during one of our conversations, she said, "There's something I want to tell you." Now, when someone says that, you start thinking about many possibilities, many things, because you don't know what the person wants to tell you. But that day, what she told me surprised me. She said, I was planning a trip to Ghana. And when I heard that, oh my God, I was very, very excited. Because I thought for once, there was a thought that came in my mind. And I knew everything was about to change. We were finally going to see each other in real life. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Since it was her first time traveling to Ghana, the visa process was not simple. I remember 2 weeks before the trip, she had to drive all the way from Rees to Berlin to go to the Ghana embassy and complete the visa process in person. When I saw all these things unfold, I realized something very important. That wasn't just curiosity. That wasn't just talking online or wanting to FaceTime with somebody. Or this woman was serious about seeing me. Very serious. She asked if he could stay at my house when she came to Ghana. Of course. I hurriedly said yes. But inside my head, for real, inside my head, there was a question. I always thought, what if she doesn't like it here? What if the place is not what she expected? The what ifs were so many at this time in my head. So I started doing something I don't usually do. I started a very serious cleaning in the house, a very serious one. I was cleaning everything, trying to make sure everything was clean. One time, I remember she asked me, "Why are you cleaning so much?" And I told her, "Because you are coming to stay at my place, of course. Everything has to be clean." But to my surprise, her answer has stayed in my heart and my mind till now. She said, "Babe, you have to understand, I am very, very easy. The conditions of your place will never be a problem for me. The most important thing is to see you and be with you at one place in real life." And at that moment, seriously, I felt something different about her. Something that's made me feel more intense. Then as we was talking, the big day arrived. She packed her things and headed to the airport. Her journey started from Frankfurt, flying to Brussels, and then from Brussels to Accra. Meanwhile, back in Ghana, I woke up that morning with a feeling I could not fully explain until now. I was still trying to make sure everything was in place and everything was clean. At around 4:34, I took my shower. I got dressed, and then I left for the airport with my father and my junior brother. There were there was excitement, there was nervousness. But trust me, at the same time, something really, really felt strangely familiar. Something really felt strangely familiar. We arrived at the arrival terminal at the Kodoka International Airport almost an hour before her plane landed. There were many people coming out of the arrival gate. Foreigners, travelers, family waiting for their loved one, and a lot of people I've never seen before, different type of people. But me, where I was standing, I never took my eyes off the gate. I was constantly, I didn't want to blink. I was looking at the gate directly the whole time. After what felt like a very long wait, because we waited for a very long time, I saw her coming out of the gate. She was new in Africa, so she was walking through the crowd and she was looking. She was trying to see if she would find me somewhere in the crowd. And in that moment, I realized something. I looked at the person, and she was everything I imagined. Her eyes, her hair, the way she was walking towards me. And suddenly, all the nervousness disappeared. Trust me, everything I was nervous about disappeared. And it felt like I had known her before. It felt like it was somebody I knew. So I started walking towards her faster and faster and faster and faster. She was still looking and she looked my way. She looked up and she saw me. She ran straight to me. She ran straight into my arms. And that hug, I never experienced anything like it before in my life. That first hug, her scent, her warmth, the way she held me. I looked into her eyes and I was looking straight deep into her eyes and I saw something powerful in her blue eyes. And at that moment, I kissed her passionately on the lip and on her forehead. It felt natural, like we had waited a long time for that moment. I took her luggage and then we started walking back towards my father and my junior brother. I introduced her to my father and my junior brother, and they welcomed her warmly. And together, we started walking together to a small cafe a few steps away from the airport. We sat down and we ordered our first cappuccino together. And honestly, all this time we couldn't stop looking at each other. We could not take eyes off each other. It felt like we had known each other for years. Like the distance between Germany and Ghana had suddenly disappeared. We sat at the cafe, we drank our cappuccino, we talked about a lot of different things, and we was so close to each other, and we couldn't take eyes off each other. After some time at the cafe, I ordered a taxi, and we took off to go home. In the taxi, it was an emotional moment because we had realized now we are together. We can touch, feel each other. We can hug each other. Now it is something real. With a lot of passionate gestures, we arrived at home. Later, when we go home, we entered. As I put the luggages into the room, she said something. She said she was she made a gesture that made me feel she has been free from a lot the moment we entered. And it was like a deep breath. And she said, I feel like I'm home now. And this made me know. This moment made me know that I was really her home. I was her comfort. And she felt comfortable. It doesn't matter how the place was. Later, she had her first meal in Ghana. That was rice and plantain. And seeing her enjoy the meal made me so happy. Seeing her eat the rice and the plantain that I prepared. My God, it was a good feeling. I sat and I was looking at her, enjoy the food. In that moment, I realized she wasn't just visiting this country. She wasn't just visiting the country randomly. She was actually stepping into my world. She wanted to be in my world. That night, something became very clear to me. This was no longer an Instagram story. This was real. What started with a dance challenge had now brought us together in the same place. We can feel the warmth of each other. But that visit to Ghana was only the beginning, because in the next episode, we will talk about the cultural surprises he experienced in Ghana, the reaction of people around us, in the moment we realized the relationship was becoming something serious. You know, sometimes the most beautiful love stories, the most beautiful ones, starts with a simple message. This is more than a visa. This is Annette and Joseph. We love you all and we appreciate all of you guys for being around to listen to our podcast. We appreciate each and everyone supporting. Stay tuned for episode 3 because next week we'll be here live with episode 3 for you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Ciao, ciao.